Hi all, I hope we're well. And well, what a game that was last night. Grimsby Town versus Stockport County at Stockport. And what a game that was. It was tight from start to finish. There was a few controversies. I did see a lot of fans were getting very irritated by the linesman and by the referee. I think the linesman did okay in certain spells, but like I said, the linesman and the referee are supposed to work together. I don't really think they're fully interlinked. Just my opinion. But this is a quick match review of the game last night. As I said, it ended up Stockport County 0, Grimsby Town 0, and really there was nothing between the two sides. Scott Quigley wasn't available for Stockport last night, so but they still had Paddy Madden in, and they still had John Rooney in, and I think it was a fantastic, rock solid defensive performance. We frustrated Stockport. I mean, we were frustrated as well, but Stockport are one of the pre-season title favourites. And one stat that Stockport fans won't really want to know, they still haven't won at home in the league yet. We were solid throughout. I think Hurst's plan in the first half was stay in the game. And I think as well, because of the threats that they stayed on the pitch in Madden and in Rooney, and in most of their squad, to be honest, it was kind of like staying there, frustrate them. They're the home side. They're supposed to come at us at home. They're supposed to try and break us down. There was times where Hursty played a back five. When we were attacking, we played a back three. But we played a back five when we were defending. There was some good, some good interlinking play. I don't think we were as good on the ball this time as we were on Saturday. I think we were more rushed last night than we were on Saturday. We still did play some decent football. Enrico Salza was rested from the weekend. I think that's just basically down to fitness. Ryan Taylor did start again, though. It's good to see Ryan getting... I think he played most of the game. I think he played about 75 minutes, which was good to see. Good to see. And Lenny obviously came on for the last 15-20, building his fitness back up. I said there was some good play. Max Wright wasn't involved, but I think that's, again, just being extra careful. I probably would expect him to possibly be involved on Saturday. Giles Coke was back, and he was absolutely dominant in the middle. He was fantastic. He was making challenges. As I saw one fan put, he had John Rooney in his back pocket. Every time Rooney had the ball, Giles was there. I've never looked at a Town defence and looked like, were we really going to concede? It didn't look like it. There was a couple of times where, Stockport had the ball wide and they put low crosses in. There was one especially where it went right across the face, and if anybody had touched it, if a Stockport boot had touched it, it was in. And that was the time when Macca went absolutely mad at them. Mad at the defence to get themselves together and organise better. But I did see the post-match interview with Simon Rusk saying they deserve to win the game. I don't think so. And this is maybe a bit biased, but also I'm also going to be slightly unbiased. They didn't deserve to win the game. They're probably on paper they should have won the game. because even though they didn't have Quiggs, that they did, like I said, they had Rooney and they had Madden, and they still couldn't break us down. Maka in 180 minutes has not really had a save to make, and to do that mainly against Stockport, especially, I think is bigger and sort of shows how well organised Grimsby Town are and how tough we're going to be this year to actually defeat. Or you're going to have to really, really play well to get anything against Grimsby. I think another high point for us yesterday was we look like a team. You know, we're gelling like a team. We are light up front. To be honest with you guys, I'd bring Christian Dennis back. And that's my opinion for goal poacher. I know that people didn't see the best of Christian Dennis when he was on loan here before. But personally, I'd have a look at him. I know everyone's still talking about. I'm gonna call him the B word. You know, could he have him up his sleeve trying to get him in? We do need that goal poacher from somewhere. John McAtee is turning out to be an absolute gem. I don't know what you Mariners fans think as well. I think he's becoming an absolute gem. He works his socks off. But actually, you tell me one player as well yesterday that didn't work their socks off. Sean Pearson came in off the bench. Wasn't a planned substitution that he wanted to make. Unfortunately, we've had an injury to David Long King. So we'll have to see how... we believe it's a groin. He may have pulled a groin. Hopefully, it's not too serious for David. But hopefully, we'll get some more information tomorrow or Friday in the pre-match press conference for the game against Barnet, which is on Saturday, which I will be doing a preview for, by the way, as well. But back to the game briefly, there wasn't much in the game. It was a very, I would say, tight, scrappy affair. Both sides looked like they were a bit tentative. And I think partly with Stockport, that was... I would say they're a bit worried. I was going to say I wouldn't say that. I would say they're a little bit worried because they didn't know what to expect from Grimsby. And I think they're not handling the favourites tag very well. At this early stage, I can't say they're handling the favourites tag very well because they're trying to play it down so much. They know the favourites and they know why they're favourites. But like I've already said earlier in the video, they still haven't won at Edgeley Park. And I think could the favourites tag be getting to them even this early? We'll have to wait and see how they get on. But to us, one to a man, they all worked their absolute socks off to get something at Stockport. Because realistically, nobody would have thought we'd have got something at Stockport. We had to play ugly. When we tried to get some attacks, we tried to get it going. We tried to get the ball down. But in the first half, it was all Stockport. Majority of the attacks were all Stockport. But they didn't really make Maka do anything. Like a friend of mine told me last night. That's 180 minutes and Maka hasn't had to make a meaningful save in 180 minutes. Well, as a goalkeeper, you love that because that just shows how strong defensively we are. I think Luke Waterfall needs to have some praise. And I think over the last couple of years he hasn't had it, but I wonder if he's getting the confidence back with having Paul Hurst there, because Paul is sort of showing him that look, this is what you do. You're a good player. He's trying to get Luke's confidence back up. And you can see he's doing, because he's making less and less mistakes. I think he made one error with a backward, was it a backward header, I think? Which almost cost us. But he's definitely looks a lot more assured on the ball. We definitely look, we believe in ourselves off the ball. We didn't trouble as much as we should, but we did have a disallowed goal. And I personally saw the ball go in the back of the net, and obviously I was celebrating. My friend was next to me, and we were both celebrating. He did. If we'd scored late, when he'd have jumped on my shoulders. Love it. But you know, we were both celebrating. In fact, thinking, "Oh yeah, we've got the goal!" And then we realised that it had been disallowed. Now, this is how shaky I thought the decision was. I didn't even see the so-called foul. I was looking straight at McAtee when he took the shot. I couldn't see where the foul was. If anything, he was probably just muscled off the ball. And the referee gave a foul, in my opinion, that wasn't there. Stockport's commentator was saying they didn't have a shot on target all night. Well, technically we did, because we actually put the ball in the back of the net, as did they. But I think that's what happened with the referee and linesman there. I believe it was Madden that had the ball in the net for them. And that got either called offside or it was a foul. I couldn't exactly see from where I was. But to say that we didn't have a shot on target all night, we're struggling for strikers right now, fitness-wise. Stockport County still had an out-and-out striker in Paddy Madden, you know, and they still had National League Player of the Season 2 out of the last 3 in John Rooney, and they couldn't get a shot on target for James McEwen to save. My overall take of the game is it was a great point. I know fans are frustrated because why did he make changes? He made changes basically because of fitness is why he made changes. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully Long King's injury isn't too bad, and he'll be available for Barnet. He's a doubt at the moment. But no, overall, my opinion is we had a great game. And if you would have said to Grimsby fans at the start of the season, you'll beat Weymouth and you'll beat Stockport, or you won't concede against Stockport, you'd take that, and I take that. And I think to say, I know we only scored one goal, but what a goal it was. We should have had a goal last night. And I just look at this and go, if we can compete with one of the most potent attacks in the division, and even in pre-season, they're going to talk about Chesterfield as well. We only lost 2-1 to Chesterfield in the end. It's, hopefully if we can back that up on Saturday with a win against Barnet, 7 points from 3 games, that would be an absolute barnstorming start. I mean, from the first 2 games, yes, only 1 goal, but non-conceded. Non-conceded. When was the last time Grimsby went non-conceded early into a season? We're organised and we look solid. we look a danger when we can get the ball over, and when Sean Pearson came on, that made it more and more possible. I'm really pleased with the start that Grimsby have made. And like I said, if we can compete with Stockport, like I said, who were early bookies' favourites, we can compete with anybody in this league. But the only bit of caution I'll say to us fans is we can't underestimate any team, whether it be Stockport or whether it be Dover. Just because Dover have got a 12-point deduction does not mean they're going to be any less difficult. I believe they're going to even be more difficult than a Stockport, a Notts County, a Wrexham, and so on and so forth. So, what do you guys think of the game? Did you go? I mean, there's 1,200 strong there. It was amazing. It was a great atmosphere from both sets of supporters, to be fair. And it was great travelling by us on a Tuesday night, even when I think some of them think we wouldn't even bought 100. How wrong they were. But what's your guys' opinions on the game? Did you enjoy it? Did you think Hursty got it right? Do you think he got it wrong? What would you have done different? I personally thought he got it right. His tactics were right because he stopped Stockport from scoring. We're just missing that slight cutting edge going the other way, which is now the transfer window is shut in England. Well, that doesn't really affect us because we can still make signings, I think, all the way up to March. So I'm not concerned on that front, but I will agree with a lot of supporters. We need a result. We need a striker coming in, but let that come when it happens. I think we've got a player in John McAtee who, if that hadn't been given a foul, he'd have been 2-2. Then everyone would have been jumping for joy at the fact that, not always playing great, but we're getting results. In this league, that's what you want. I would say for about 25 minutes of the second half, we were better than Stockport. But we didn't cave. And we have a rock-solid defence if it can keep going the way that it is. Teams are not going to enjoy playing us, knowing they may have to hit 30-yard screamers to probably get goals past us. But then, knowing us at the minute, we'll have somebody, putting the leg in there or making a block somewhere, especially if Koki has anything to go by. So yeah, that's my video. That's my opinion on last night's game. What's you guys' opinion? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? It was great to be out with the fans, wasn't it? Were you happy with the point? Were you unhappy with the point? If so, why were you unhappy with the point? Let's have a bit of a chat, shall we? And let me know what you guys think. I'll be back later on with a preview for the Barnet game. So keep your eye out for that. That will be coming. And also the preview for match day number 4, or in our case, match day number 3. In the National League coming up as well later this week. So we've got a couple of videos coming up this week. Keep your eye out for them. Let me know what you guys thought. Leave your comments down below. Leave me a message. Tell me what you think. And I'll see you guys next time with another video. See you guys. Have a good day.